Page 22. This is the daily workouts. There's a 5-finger workout and a balance workout. I'm going to cover them both in this video. At the top of the page, they start talking about bringing out the melody. I preach that almost from the beginning. It's hard to do. A lot of teachers don't teach it. I wasn't taught it until I got well into advanced music, way later. I don't recall any teacher telling me I had to play one part louder than another. And I was struggling just to play the notes and all that stuff anyway, so I had enough to do. But I preached it to my students almost from the beginning. Once they can start playing and they can control the difference between loud and soft, then I want them to be able to control independence of the hands on loud and soft. Can you play one hand loud and one hand soft, either way? And that's what we're at. And I use scales for that, because even in the scales you can practice the scale with one hand louder than the other. And the other way. And I recommend you exaggerate it. You play one lay really loud and the other one really soft. And you can tone it down later, but this gives you that feeling of playing one hand louder than the other. You have to have that kind of control. This is what they're talking about here. I call it bringing out the melody. You have to figure out where the melody is, and that's what we want to hear, and everything else stays down and supports it. So it's like when they give a dynamic, they generally will give one dynamic in between the staves. If you look at, let's look at, well, they're not doing it. Take a look on page 23. You see the dynamics, just glance through you'll see dynamics. A P and a P, and there's an F and a P. Those, they're in the middle of the staff. It's up to you to know how to apply them. Everything isn't going to be soft and everything isn't going to be loud. What it means is the melody. The dynamic goes to the melody and everything else has to adjust, and it's up to you to make that adjustment and to make that judgment on how soft or whatever. Got a lot of things to do. There's a lot of responsibility going on. So on the 5-finger workout, well, you're in a 5-finger position and you're just playing these notes. The idea is make it simple enough so you don't have to think about the notes, because you want to be thinking about the dynamics. And they're saying the right hand is going to be soft and the left hand's loud at first. You're going to have to decide how soft or loud, but I encourage you to exaggerate it. Make it very loud and very soft to start. And then in the third measure with the 8th notes, that's the right hand that's loud. And the last measure, they're both loud, finally. And then you can switch it and swap those dynamics and play it again the other way around. And that's the first 5-finger workout. As far as how fast you go, it's up to you. Use a metronome to keep you at one speed, but keep it slow. You'll learn it first. Make sure you can do it. It's not that hard, just five notes. And then add the dynamics in. Now with the second one, the balance workout, we'll go over this one. This has got one flat, B flats, so you think, okay, it's an F major. No, it's not an F major. They threw you a curve. It's actually in D minor. I don't know that you need to do my D minor scale quite yet. I like to get through the major scales first, and then you can go add the minor scales on. You know, we got enough to do without adding more. I mean, if you're bored stiff and you want to go do the D minor scale, go for it, but I don't encourage it at this point. But yeah, we're here to start. And the right hand, just forget the dynamics. We got to get notes and rhythms and fingering first. So you hear, then reach up, little finger on the B flat, here, and now watch these. 1, 3, 5, C sharp, B flat, and then there. So you're here, here. Now, if you can't get in here because your fingers are too fat, some people are, then you're stuck with this. And that's a little bit, if your fingers are fat enough, then they're probably pretty big hands, and you can reach this. So I'm recommending, you do that. 2, 4, 5 on that. Left hand, you're down here. Second measure, different chords. And C sharp, third finger. We changed positions, now we're in this position. Now, in the 1, 2, 3, 4th measure, you're here. You gotta rest, and then in the last measure, you come back up. Then put the hands together slowly. You're here. Need to repeat that, but in the last measure, it's here. And once you have the notes and the rhythms and the fingering, ooh. Add in the articulation. There's not a lot going on. You have slur. There's an accent. Okay, fine. There's a two-note on the end. Just hang on to that for a little longer than a quarter note. Then add the dynamics. Well, they're telling you if you want to do it one hand at a time for the dynamics, that's fine because it's got medium loud here, and then an accent which actually makes it loud. It's the best we can do on piano. And then it's soft. You're staying soft. If you repeat it, now you go back to medium loud, or the last measure is loud, or medium loud. You know what I mean. Left hand starts soft, and I'm just transferring weight from note to note here. I'm just kind of rolling the hand over. Very slight motion. You can't really see it very well, but it's happening. In the 3rd measure, now I'm medium loud. Sort of loud, because it's the melody. In the last measure, it's soft. With a two-note toe, I'm still going to play it soft. And then you put the hands together, see? Now here, switch it. This is soft, this is medium loud. So you may have to practice going from the 2nd measure to the 3rd measure. So you're ending the 2nd measure here. Now, here. That transition from the last note in the 2nd measure to the 1st note in the next measure. Soft, and then that's weird. That takes some time to get, but try and do what you can. And starting with start 3rd measure. Then the last measure, and that last chord, you're medium loud in the right hand and soft in the 2nd. Like so. I don't know that we need to play with me because that's pretty simple. I'm hoping you can get it. But it's the dynamics we're after here. So work on that. This is a good thing to work on. I still prefer the scales. But that's all right. You can use this if you want. It's a good warm-up piece. And not just for now, I mean for continuing on. As you continue on, you play this enough, it's short enough, you can memorize it simply enough, I hope, and use it as a warm-up.